Oh, today's the day is in canon birthday of Indiana Jones. And what now I needed to get the second movie made, and I decided to made it on this day, July 4th. Don't know what I'm gonna do for the 4th of July video. Don't know if you, the Patriot, Liberty kids, would know that's somewhat fictional. I don't know. But to give some clarity, but anyhow, about time to go what I did with Indiana Jones 1 and review go over the historical facts which in the fourth movie. Now, if you haven't seen, which this one is Temple of Doom, and if you haven't seen it in a while, I'm gonna show you a mini recap. Anything goes. Come here. Hit it, shorty. Okay, Dr. Jones? Wait, you're not short round. Yeah, but the guy creating this doesn't have the short round action figure, so yeah. Hello there. Wait, you're not that Indian guy. Yeah, I know. You already got him off talking. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that. Yeah, he's gonna be using me as basically the Indiana Jones villains that everyone forgets. Oh. But anyway, welcome to Shenlong Palace. No. Oh. Remind me to tell John. Hopefully we can shouldn't be doing it awful. No. Just act like it is. Okay. No. Karima shook the tail. Wait. They have more Iron figures. One of the guy making this video doesn't have more. Plus, both from out of an ancient evil cult, more or less. I see your point. I shall never. Wait, you're not more Lamb. Yeah, I know. But also, I'm evil now. Oh God, joy. Dr. Jones. Good girl. Mom. Whoopee. Dang it. This belongs in a museum. See me next time. Now, anyhow, the recap's over. Now let's go over the historical facts. Now, the Kentucky Cold War real cold. It's just that it's kind of more debated over were they really like dealing out over religious intent? We don't know. And if you do presume that, I guess hats off to you. And if you don't presume how they were doing it, religious intent, then hats off to you, because of this, I generally treat both sides of this debate equally, especially when now. Fun fact: I have only mostly known about either American history or maybe World War II history, or Civil War, because I lived this entirety of this country for the entirety of my life. But yeah, now with the thing that India was going over in the beginning, the force and the ash, the cremation part of the force, Qing Dynasty Emperor Ming, he would be considered Force Emperor, even though the name kind of came after his death. His son would rename the empire. So yeah, and so because that, yeah, especially when now they ruled until 1912. So yeah, and what now I was gonna mention what was going on in Germany in the latest video, but I never did. What was going on with China during that time? Takes place in 1935. The Chinese invasion, I think, happened that year. I mean, the Japanese invasion happened that year. And so, yeah. Well, around 1945 or 36. And so, because of that, and I know that for a while since I was like a kid, and because of that, I was always like, why aren't they getting bombed by the Japanese? Which I presume the invasion was delayed a date, or it takes place a few months before the invasion happens. And also Short Round is supposed to be, this is a fact that I know about, this has much more to do with the movie, but it always bothers me. Short Round's actor was 12 and he's supposed to be 8. I know it was because like an 8-year-old isn't really considered a toddler, but I guess maybe an 8-year-old still like just as bad as dealing with I guess it's somewhat in between 10-year-old and toddler. Yeah, they always go with a lot of like 10-year-olds and toddler 10-year-olds, or with like such as like in a lot of like TV shows with kids. Don't know why. Maybe is it because 10-year-olds are just as more easy to deal with? Probably that. But anyway, so yeah, now time for the Hindu stuff. Fun fact, I'm a Christian and I don't really know that much about Hinduism. Don't be surprised if I mess some stuff up, and if you are Hindu or know a lot about Hindu theology, you can correct me in the comment section. I'll be fine with that. But yeah. Now with the Shikara stones, in Hinduism, I believe though, I've also not it's like the equivalent of like the cross, like in Christianity, or the David Star, but I found out, nope, that's not true. It's more of like, they believe somewhat on the lines that those spirit of the gods inhabit those stones. And then because of Shikara, and in Temple of Doom, that's definitely the case. But wondering how, and I'm also not really going over all the historical references, mostly just because I either don't find them that interesting, and I'm also more of a Civil War, World War II guy, so yeah. And I also don't know that much about British imperialism other than that war that lasted 38 minutes and World War One slash, I guess, the American Revolution. So don't be surprised about historical facts that were mentioned in the film to be left out. But yeah. And here's some pictures of the Chicago Stones, where I go more deep depth in those beat of it and Chicago. Now in the movie, the stones are hinted to be magic because when they're taken away from the village, it destroys the village. Now some parts of Buddhism Hinduism believes that Shiva inhabits the stones. That's definitely the case in Temple of Doom. The Thuggees worship Kali-Ra, who seems to be the god of death or the redeemer of the universe in Hinduism. And it's very fictionalized, especially when now there's its own part in the movie. But let's get back to the show. So anyhow, that now with Temple of Doom, it's just as successfully as predecessor Raiders of the Lost Ark. But it has a lot more controversy. Main reason why it's been accused of racism, most notably which also, I don't know if they mean like the bad guys with the Chinese and the cult, and I was like for years like, they're not evil because they're Indian or Chinese. They're evil because they're mafia and they're a devil cult. I can't understand the whole the whole kind of and people have debated over the whole sexism thing, even though really supposed to be kind of this, how do I put this girl who was given everything to her more or less. She's more or less just a spoiled rich kid, and the difference between, and it's kind of more or less working hard versus, I guess it could be, especially when now she's supposed to be a spoiled rich kid, yeah. Well, short round, he's mostly seen as a positive, racism is bad, but I'm not gonna be but I'm not that kind of guy who calls everything racist or sexist or anti-American. Mostly because I'm smarter than that, and I kind of think some things aren't racist. Maybe a movie from the 80s was just made as a movie from the 80s. But now that's probably gonna get real political in the comics. I'm gonna keep this very unpolitical somewhat. Now with the whole kind of dinner scene, yeah, I could see that someone being racist. You know, a fun fact, I found this out only an hour ago. Is that they said Indians. I don't know what else to call them because they are all Indians because India, but when I say that, I only think of Native Americans. Another thing to, I guess, blame on colonization of America, even though, but we get more, I guess another thing to blame on the Christopher Columbus, especially when, and how people somewhat come back history, but let's try not get political on this video. About Kyoto, that's franchise that's about to be dead in only, the new game's coming out in October, so I'll always be dead in November of this year, because Indiana Jones franchise is about to end this year. But anyway, back to Dr. Joe. Back to this movie. Now, with this movie, I can understand this. Basically, Indians know how stereotypes work, and because of that, they kind of figure out figure out, oh yeah, how about we make sure that Steven Spielberg was so like, I guess like a Indian American, not like a Native American, but like some other Indian type person, is that they were told that Indians know the stereotype so well that they wouldn't be surprised that they were shown as eating bugs and like monkey heads. I don't know if they like found. I don't know if Spielberg or Lucas found that, but if my theory's correct, that was just some guy, Indian guy, walking out of that film and they told him about it. Please tell me. I hope in case scenario that's real, and in case scenario if you are watching this, then I kind of just found it funny because like it's kind of like, especially when now so much shows how like stereotyping is bad, and you could see it as somewhat of an anti-stereotyping, but without that context, it just seems so racist. And now time for my own opinions. Now with my own opinions and thoughts on the film is that I love it. Oh, I love it for its own reasons. I see it as a much more darker entry. Kind of like how I love Batman Returns for being a darker entry in how most of the Batman films. And how people love Empire Strikes Back. It's a darker entry that takes on characters, and in this case, Carrador do a much more darker entry, and people love it for that reason. I love all the Indiana Jones movies for their own reasons. With Raiders, it's what got me into World War II history and kind of showed what a film can, kind of showed me how movies can be something more, how sometimes the best movies don't have to be like dramatic set pieces, but just have to be sometimes just a guy in a fedora punching Nazis. With Last Crusade, it's a good movie with one of the best emotional story arcs that I've ever seen. With Indy 4, it's one of the, it kind of shouldn't have been Indy, but anyhow, I'm not gonna get my opinions that much onto Indy 5 and Indy 4 until we get there, so yeah. And with this one, it takes on character, takes Indy to a much more darker entry. I love it for that reason. It shows Indy as shows Indy more or less in his darkest moment, of him being evil, him turning evil, and him somewhat going through this story arc about him being about him going from just wanting it to be fortune to putting that to someone being much more of a moral person. So yeah, love it for that reason. And I can talk about my love for the Indiana Jones films for years, for hours, days, years. But I love this film as much as I love any other Indiana Jones film. So yeah. And indeed, I guess, until next time, see you on another movie. No history of another movie.